Welcome, everyone, to the Whovians cast. I am your host, Matrix Lord 202, and I'm with Scott. What's up, Scott?
I'm pleading the fifth.
What's up, Alex?
Oh, please kill me.
What's up, Chris?
We've done like 3 of these now, and I feel like they've just been reruns because we don't have anything to say about this episode.
Right,
It was that bad.
right. I guess we have people coming in. I don't even know what to say anymore.
And thank God the girl was blind in this episode.
Jesus!
Because apparently the writers were.
Oh my God!
I'm glad she didn't read the script and then she probably walked out.
Oh my God!
She's probably blind because she was stabbing her eyes out.
Jesus! She never even got to see the frog. Hello, Phillip.
Hey, Phillip, how'd you think of the frog?
Phillip.
Guys.
They jumped the frog, Phillip.
Ribbit. You should have seen my fucking face when that fucking popped up. I was so fucking. It was like I was really getting into it.
We all were. It was all going up. I was like 7, 8, 9. Everybody. I was like, "Oh, this is a great episode." And then it's like, what the fuck happened?
I was expecting the frog. At one point, I actually started thinking the frog in the chair was going to do the whole.
She called his fucking wife fucking furniture with what?
Oh yeah, I forgot. That's it. Furniture with. I wrote it down.
With a conscience?
Yeah.
That's like your fucking kitchen.
What about that guy who took him from the journey?
Oh God.
What?
No, that guy, that alien that took him through the maze. He said his name. And
Ribbon?
He said,
Ribbon of the 7, like,
Yes.
comics or some shit?
Yes.
That was the fucking Ribbon that we were who's Ribbon? What the hell?
Now we know who Ribbon was.
Fucking asshole. God. He would have been cool, though. It's like,
And the
yeah,
thing,
this is case files, the fucking moth.
Oh, and those maws, those were the creatures from Face of Evil.
Jesus.
and the fact that they cut out that 7-foot giant man part, you know, that snorkel creature thing, they cut that out because they couldn't fit it into the time limit. What a load of bollocks.
God, what the fuck happened? Did the guy just go on drugs, finishing the episode? Was it a guy or was it a woman? Who fucking wrote this?
It was Is it Ed Heim?
Jesus Christ. Don't come back.
No, don't.
God. Don't come back, bro. What the
I
fuck?
I could just imagine a collective. Everybody's watching it around the world going, "What the fuck?"
What the fuck?
Phil, did you expect the father to break out into an Abatoon?
You know, he did look like Beyond, didn't he?
Yeah.
He was so very ABBA-looking.
I'm good. I'm glad I'm not the only one who thought that.
I showed Sharon that with the frog, and we're all like that. Like that.
There was a 70s. There was a 70s horror flick, basically eco thing called Frogs. And
So it sounds like this is the 4th cast, I believe, right? It sounds like everybody that we've talked to was loving the episode. It was going up to a point,
Yes.
and then it skyrocketed down, all at the same time.
Took a nosedive like nobody's business. Yeah.
Okay.
You know, whether you believe in this stuff or not, frogs falling from the sky was a sign of the apocalypse. Now, this was only one frog, but technically it made up the matter of that universe. So technically it was every frog in that.
Do you imagine that in like years from now, they have it on the fucking History Channel?
oh
The
God.
downfall of Doctor Who? And
it's
then,
a frog.
and then it came up after 55 years on the air. This episode called "It Takes You Away," and they show the fucking scene with Jodie talking to a frog, and then after that, the show got canceled because it dropped down to nothing. You imagine? Oh my God, I can't take it. I cannot.
You know what? They could have done anything other than a frog. They could have done
Yes.
some sort of brought out
Fuck.
anything but a frog. And it's like, why would you do that?
The
And,
talking
and
shit.
that's what we were saying. We were like, what is the significance? Why does Grace like frogs? Like, what is
Right.
the point?
Like, did like when she was little, it jumped into her hand, and like she didn't like a dog because it went to bite her, or she
I
like a
feel
cat
like they
and hissed
just,
at her.
I
But
feel like they made that up for this episode just to have that in there. And it's just so bizarre. It's like Phil said, it's like, why a frog?
Yeah.
Phillip,
Is this a thing? Like, is this some sort of reference to some religion or something that we just don't know about?
and I hate when they
Welcome
just
to
add
Frog
shit in
Town.
there, though. I hate when any show that does that, they just fucking add shit in there. Penny Dreadful did that shit too about the fucking. And I was like, what are you talking about? All right, so Phillip, please see if you can answer this question.
Oh no.
I'm sorry for the cursing, but
It's
who
fine.
the fuck said that this episode is with Dalek, Midnight, 11th Hour, Heaven Sent? Who the fuck compared this episode to those fucking
The
episodes?
person that writes for the Radio Times, apparently.
Get the fuck out of here.
There you go.
Get in here, Radio Times. You gotta be fucking shitting me right now.
And you know, that's another thing that pissed me off. The fact that they overhyped this episode so much to say,
Jesus.
you've got to
We're
watch.
talking about it like it's the second coming of fucking Susan and shit last night.
And
No.
It's like fucking nothing. We got a fucking fraud. I mean, I was even thinking Connor was like fully shit, like trolling or something. Now I'm gonna talk to him like, well, you fucking leaped off that fucking one. Jesus.
I just want to leap off the nearest bridge after seeing it.
Holy shit.
How
We're
was it?
running out of episodes to like.
I was expecting like trolls to be in this, right? Because it's related to Norway. But no, it's a talking bloody frog.
oh
Did
man,
they explain who cut the string?
Yeah, that remember I said because I said that was a continuity or a right.
Who the fuck cut the string? Because then there was a string with the girl. Where the hell
Yeah.
was that string
Yeah,
from?
thank you.
What is
Before-
that?
yeah.
They'll probably reveal that in episode 10 or the.
It's not even worth the reveal. I hope they never fucking. I hope they
Maybe
just.
the moths ate it. I don't know.
No, there was an actual person standing there cutting the string.
Oh,
Was there?
Yes.
I didn't see that.
Oh, I didn't see that either. Oh.
It was a moth.
Those moth things were a bit. I don't like moths at the best of times, so that was a bit of a freaky bit.
I'll have to go back and watch. Sadly,
great. It was great. Mothra Leo turned heel and decided to kill people.
Nice one, kid. Nice one, Chris.
Where was Godzilla then?
I think Ryan was a bit annoying again for me this episode. He needed a punch in the face, to be honest.
Maybe it was Ryan. Maybe he cut the string because he had enough of their shit and he's like, I'm taking the time machine. That's
Philip, you say Ryan needs a punch in the face. More like he got the door to the face.
At least he got that. That's true. At least he got that.
Don't let the door hit you in the door.
I love that. Ryan, at the beginning, this blind child is looking for a father. He's like, nah, your father left you. He ditched you out here in the woods. He doesn't give a fuck.
Sounds more like the tartest he want to do to you.
All right, I'm trying to get Hayden. Hayden watched up to 4 minutes and was done, but I'm trying to get him. I want him to see the scene. I told him to come in here. We're gonna tell. Could you get me a proper timestamp, Philip, of the frog moment?
You can find it. It was the moment that all of reality fell apart.
Yeah, that's it.
Let me hold on.
No,
Here, let try.
Let me-
I was watching it on Streamlord.
No, it was. Jesus Christ.
You know what happened? The writers were in the room, and somebody left a window open, and a frog jumped through the window.
Jesus.
And it landed on the script, and what they had originally written there, the ink smeared because the frogs, they're wet, they come from, and it smeared the ink, and they looked at this and they were like, well, I don't remember what I wrote. but that frog was pretty damn interesting. So that will be our villain. But then another writer was like, no, that frog will represent the universe.
Jesus.
Wow. Somebody's been reading too much Discworld, man. Discworld Part 4.
Then the other guy who went out to get more acid came in and was like, hey, guys, I'm back.
Sorry, guys, but I have to screen share this. All hell Hypnosode.
God. All right.
Still more convincing than the effect that they used.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. I'm trying to get this clip for him.
Right, bro.
I bet you somebody has it on the internet.
It's too bad that Graham didn't see Grace and he didn't say, like, you know, Grace, you can't be here. You croaked.
Oh, shit. They could have used that. The doctor should have told her she croaked. It's over. Oh, my God.
Joe, what did you think about the fact that the doctor has how many grandmothers or whatever? Grandmother 1, 2.
I thought they were talking about regenerations, like the grandmother regenerated 6 times. But that's what makes sense. That the 5th grandmother didn't like the 2nd grandmother's incarnation, just like you know the 3rd doctor didn't like the 2nd doctor. But that's what I thought that they meant.
That's the way I saw it. But then it also tells me that her grandmother must have regenerated into a woman all the way through her life, then, because there weren't any, you know, men mentioned.
Right. Yeah, I know.
Well, they did say it was only 7, so technically she would have a couple more lives. So she probably regenerated into her grandfather.
Well, they all died. That's the whole thing. The whole family, right? I guess. I mean, now we're getting.
Mark 41:42 is when she says, "Why is there a frog in here?"
Right.
And that's true because friggin' like before the frog told her why she took the form of a frog, which wow.
Right.
Graham and Grace, that was a private conversation. The doctor has no idea.
Right.
Yeah,
or had no idea until the frog said it. So that's pretty strange when you think about it. It would have made more sense if maybe Graham was the one having the conversation with the universe frog.
Yes.
Universe frog. And
you know what they should have did? They should have just had Grace be there instead of the frog.
Yeah.
And have Graham be the one. That would have been a great moment for him to finally move on.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Well done. That would have worked.
Yeah, and then the doctor comes in from behind and once again tells him it's
time to go. And
yeah,
that would have been so much effective.
Instead of the shoehorned, you would never let Ryan get hurt. You're not Grace. It's like, well, that's true, but like, you know.
That's just bad. It just got.
I just realised. I wonder if the writer was licking frogs when he wrote that scene.
He had to have been licking frogs.
Maybe he got dumped.
Maybe a frog wrote this episode.
Good boy.
Maybe he got dumped.
Frog comes to Doctor Who instead of frog comes to Helltown.
You know what could have been? It could have been like he was just writing it, like, you know, maybe he just got hit in the face with a frog. He's like, all right, that's the thing.
Maybe they were playing with a hacky frog and
Jesus. He's like, well, how do I finish this episode? And then there you go. Jesus.
You know what would have been great is if the universe would have turned into a poison dart frog face.
It shot all of us.
Generates. That would this episode would have been a 10 out of 10 if we would have gotten a regeneration by poison dart frog.
Or a cliffhanger. The person that jumps through the portal is not the doctor. The doctor stays behind, and the frog goes to the other universe.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
This was like, I'm sorry, but this was like when we seen the finale of Doctor Who, and then fucking Santa Claus showed up.
Oh, no.
Oh, yes.
This was like that shit, but this was worse.
That's true, yeah.
This was fucking worse, though. And now we got this great trailer that I didn't even realize it might be Madame Kovarian. Who do you think the woman is?
No, I was going to ask you that. That was my next question to you. I thought it was Missy. It sounds like Missy. I'm sorry.
That sounds like
I have to rewatch that trailer.
That sounds like Missy?
It sounds like Missy to me. If you listen clearly, there's a certain way Michelle Gomez speaks, and it sounds just like her voice.
But not like Missy, like Michelle Gomez, right? Like she tried to hide the voice.
Like Missy. It sounds like
That
Missy.
sound like Missy?
To me, it did.
Maybe it's the
behind
frog.
the stanza and besides the distress calls. Oh, but you know why? You might be right because they were looking for distress calls when that time when they went to the thing. It's like remember they were talking about distress calls.
The nine distress.
No, I'm talking about the finale with her and John Sim. Remember they were talking about picking out distress calls.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because they're like, oh, let's just listen to as many as we can or something. Like they would which one we're gonna go to first?
Play your when you can play your BBC America version of the trailer for next week, and you can hear it sounds so much like Missy. I swear.
Because Missy's supposed to. I mean, I thought that that's the thing. Olivia Colman's going to be the new Missy, right? I mean,
remember this involves time travel. So even though we think that Missy's dead,
she could be before she even Okay.
Yeah.
This could be right after John Sim died in the finale.
Or it could be before. Right? Yes. All right. So let's. You know what? We're not going to get out of here. We're going to end this cast. I want to play the clip. All right. Thank you guys. Take care. Bye for now.